All right, we are back on TSO for another match. This is IN versus SA, ALTAIR versus DRACONIC. This match will be interesting, I think, because both of these games are known for being fairly consistent. Like, we've had EUSD versus DDC matchups in the past, and those are both games that are very, very inconsistent. These games are like the opposite. If you learn these games really well, you can be very consistent at them. So it's I'm excited to see what our results will be like for this match.
Yeah, with a catch still, because DRACONIC is most likely going to play solo Yokai, which has the side effect of making part of the early game more inconsistent than usual. Somewhat manageable, except one spell, well, one non-spell, but yeah, there is a catch in the constancy on IN on that match.
Yeah, specifically with the stage 3 boss, and that's kind of an interesting quirk with the IN shot types. You don't really see too much with SA. Like, all the SA shot types, they have their strengths and weaknesses, but in general, there's nothing quite like what you see with the yokai shot types in IN, where some attacks just get so off the rails and the others just are kind of nullified sometimes.
We need to move on to slides. Yep. Okay, so this is TSO. This is the first match of this weekend, so I'll redo everything. It's a tournament with players. It's an open tournament, as the name said, with players competing in multiple Touhou games at the same time, right? So you can, that's the time today. We have IN versus SA, and you can join with mostly every game that's Windows and non-versus. The match are 1v1 and it's no reset. If you die at the early game, you will, unlike most of the tournament, if you die at the early game, you have to continue, which is pretty hard, especially considering some of the shot types you can see. There is a game penalty, a shot type penalty, and a per miss penalty for the score. You start from a base score, which will depend on your shot type and the game. And for each miss that you get, you will get extra penalty that will increase the score. The goal is to have the lowest score. And the first bomb or condition lost, which is not relevant, but the first bomb is penalized as 2 miss, and every bomb after that is gonna be only 1 miss. Also, players can remove condition penalties if they agree to it, but that should not be relevant on both games. This is a playtest. This is the first time we're doing this, and it's not refined, it's not perfect, the metrics and everything. Everything is still up to discussion and everything. We will ask for feedback after the match if you have things to say about it. And the goal is to do a big tournament in 2025 that will happen after that. You can type the command TSO in the chat to get a link to the rulebook and the metrics. And I think that's it. Oh no, that's not. Yeah, we are in the group stage right now. So there are 4 groups. This is group B, if I'm not mistaken, which is it's group B, and it is 4 players that will all compete against each other. So every player will have 3 matches against all the other one. Winning a match, a credit, will give 3 points. A tie will give 1 each. And the first player of the bracket will advance to the upper bracket. The second player will go on to the lower bracket, and place 3 and 4 will just be out of the competition. And this is the current group. We have ALTAIR, which was ranked seed 2 in the tournament, so extreme, one of the best players we really have. We have Maki Prestige, which is also an IN player, ALTAIR is an SA player, and that is playing IN. We have Cyprus, which is a Mars player, and we have Gabdoler, also DRACONIC, which is who is playing right now, which he will also be playing IN. This is the matches timing. The order is wrong, but the time is right. We are currently doing the second match number 2, which is DRACONIC versus ALTAIR. Most of the rest will be tomorrow during the afternoon Central European time. So it should be more in the morning for North America, and I think that's all I have to say already. Do you have anything else to say, IHNN or Carol, for now? For this
Yeah. This is going to be a pretty interesting match. They're very different games in a lot of ways.
This is definitely a case where like the not being able to reset could really come into play here, because both of these games are known for having a few early game attacks that can pose huge problems. Like SA has got Yamame Non-1, which is known for being really, really bad as she moves down, and then IN, specifically with a yokai shot type, Mistia Non-2 could be a huge, huge pain. So we'll see how that plays out.
And even something like Laser Hell, like a bit later in stage 3, Laser Hell or Ephemerality can both be pretty big issues that you would usually just reset, but well, you can't on those shot types.
I believe Altair will be using Reimu C, and I think Reimu C makes Laser Hell not too bad because she can keep both sides offline at the same time.
Yeah, she's definitely, I think she's supposed to be one of the better shot types with it.
I mean, I think she'd have to be, considering in practice for this, like in the preparation, Altair literally got an LNN 4 out of 11 credits.
Yeah,
which is just an absolutely insane
I think that is more to be attributed to the player than the game, but
yes. But it also does say a lot about the game, that the game can become that consistent.
Yeah, definitely. Like even, so of course Oscar won the first bracket there, and I don't believe there were any LNNs in practice for LOK.
No.
So it's definitely like the game can play a huge part in it. Like if you get a game with very, very mean RNG or something very inconsistent patterns, like versus this is a game that is said to be learnable. At least it's supposed to be one of the more consistent ones.
And that's why each game and each shot type has a different penalty, depending on how consistent it can be. Especially for IN, you have like such a spread in the shot types, right? Because well, you can go from pretty consistent shot types to solo Sakuya, and but SA is more like clumped together, but still like different between shot types and games.
In this match, both of these games have the same miss penalty, and I believe the shot types that the players are going to use are close enough in base score that it basically just serves as a tiebreaker between number of misses.
We're gonna set up into the match pretty soon here. Get your drinks, get your snacks, get ready. Hopefully it'll be an interesting matchup. Let's see how it plays out.
Well, we'll see in like about 25 seconds, but
sorry.
It's fine.
Going for no early game death.
Yeah, this is gonna be very interesting, like especially the early death. Get ready. This is the first match of Group B. And I hope you are all as excited as I am. And we'll see the intro in like about 3 seconds. Have fun.
The intro.
Okay, and we are back. So the two contestants have just started. So not a huge surprise in the shot types. We have Solo Yukari on IN to the left, and we have Reimu C to the right. Stage 1, like the stage section in both the games, are pretty routable and pretty
overall,
I think stage 1 has a bit of a reputation.
Well,
that reputation is a bit unearned.
IN stage 3 can, especially at Solo Yokai, it can be a bit mean, but yeah, before that, stage should not be too much of an issue.
Yeah, we do have the mid boss coming up with ALTAIR here, which is probably one of the hardest attacks we'll see out of the two stage 1. I don't expect a death from in this case, but
yeah, you can also see that Reimu C's shot type is an aimable shot type, similar to Yomu in IN, where she can hit kind of any point on the screen if you're willing to set it up. And I expect to see Altair set that up a lot. Meanwhile, Yukari is kind of a lock-on homing shot. And the nice thing about Yukari compared to Border Team is that you can freely unfocus without losing your lock-on for Ron.
Also, we are seeing kind of a lot of consoles and score strat from DRACONIC, which is honestly to be expected, but always cool to see. Like there was a very nice console just before Regal mid boss. And we're
ALTAIR
entering.
going into Spider on 1 here. We'll see how this plays out. Hopefully we don't see too much downward movement. Looks good so far.
Okay, Yamamin on 1.
Oh, there's a down.
Yep, it's 1 down.
Looks like ALTAIR knows how to deal with that, though.
Oh yeah.
Or not.
So rough.
Yeah, that is
Yeah.
what we said. Like we can definitely expect a death in early game from both games, and this is it. This is no reset. You have to continue with that myth, and you have to just throw the rest and
Yeah.
keep up the mantle, which is very hard when you die on stage 1.
See.
When you are like on a run and you die to stage 1, the last thing you want to do is continue. You usually just want to reset and get another run, and you can't do that.
Especially at this level, right? Like, this is a player who got 4 elements in practice, so it's definitely, normally that would be a reset. So it could even potentially throw off a few routes here. I believe for Ramusi that shouldn't be a huge issue, especially because stage 2 is
SA is
usually
a game that
tame.
doesn't have power loss anyway. Like, you just get all your power back.
Yeah.
I forgot, yeah, for LNB.
Yeah, power loss is somewhat of an issue in IN.
Oh, we've got Wriggle Spin.
Oh yeah, we
the
didn't
last spell
mention
here.
that, but you have to capture every last spell in IN. If you die to a last spell or you didn't reach it, it is considered a miss.
And
So,
you only get the last spell if you have enough time points during the stage.
Yeah.
Most of these targets are pretty easy, but if a train wreck starts happening, you could miss that and just enhance the train wreck.
Especially Marisa. If you die 2 or 3 times to Marisa, you will probably not get the last spell, and that's another 4 miss instantly.
Another thing with just with IM being a very route heavy game is sometimes deaths can throw off. Like, for instance, a great example is Marisa Non 2. Bad shot types have a few difficulties with that non. However,
we'll get
if
to
you're
it.
full power, yeah, I guess it's a little ways down the road. On the midsway here, Parsi. Oh, okay, we skipped it.
Yeah, Parsi does not have a hitbox during that spell, so Ramus you can hit with
Look at Ramusi just not caring. This is amazing.
Yeah, Ramusi's damage is pretty average, but it's average in both directions, which means it's actually quite high overall.
Oh, that's a very nice way to say it.
Going into Parsi now for ALTAIR. We did see a death to Parsi final, I believe, in the first bracket, was it?
Yes, there was a Parsi final
here. Yeah.
Yeah, Draconic knows to stall those fairies for time.
Yep.
Easy target.
Yeah, it should be free.
Oh, that's a lot of time. Yeah, that's even.
Unless.
If you stall a couple fairies in stage 2, the last spell's pretty much guaranteed. If you don't, it's tough to get.
It kind of depends on shot size, but yeah.
With Yukari, then.
Yeah, with you guys.
No.
There is 1 miss.
We've got no miss versus 1 miss right now.
Yeah. Sorry, we're answering 2 voices.
Yeah, there was just a miss to Spider, not 1 there. Not 1.
Okay, we are no miss. DRACONIC is no miss as of now, and ALTAIR is 1 miss to Yamamin on 1, which is unfortunate, but can really happen considering it. Okay, we're answering.
Spell 1.
Yeah, Mr. Spell 1 is like. It's a weird spell. It can definitely catch you off guard, and especially since you wanna misdirect Mistia to the right at the end of the spell, so that none 2 get a bit
we're not
easier.
seeing power cancel. This could get pretty mean.
Yeah, that is a very, very early.
And if I'm not mistaken, that could mean 2 waves.
No, that.
And you have to deal with this entire burst.
No, that's gonna be 3 waves.
Oh,
no.
And that's an extra wave as well. Yeah, this could train wreck very quickly. Okay, that's that's unfortunate.
Yeah,
he's in the right spot.
Mistia non 2. It should cap. Okay.
Oh, thank goodness it wasn't.
Okay,
game over pipeline.
At least we didn't game over, but yeah, that is the issue with Mistia non 2 with Yokai shot is if it gets bad, it gets really bad, and yeah, dying 2 times or even 3 times can happen, and yeah.
3 misses to the same pattern is always a rough feeling when that happens.
Especially in a format like this where you can't reset, yeah.
You could see Draconic really wanted to there.
The first miss was a bit weird, but the rest was just, yeah, you can't eat. Well, the Mistia and Yokai stuff, like, you can't control any of the bullets, and it's all random.
Yeah, like once you have to do an extra wave of it, like there's no way to make it easier with the Yokai shot types. You can't destroy those familiars, so it's just kind of up to fate.
And the death forced the misdirect to be down towards the middle, which is the worst place it can go.
That's right, yeah. You get the maximum amount of Mentos spawning. That is a rough entry into stage 3.
Yeah.
And might I add, with the Yokai shot type as well, like...
Yeah, stage
Kaine
3
is by no means trivial.
Kaine is not trivial, and stage 3 as a whole can be pretty tricky at times, especially if you go... It's a stage where if you go tiny bits off route, you are in some deep troubles.
In both of these sections right now, if you get off route, you're in a lot of trouble.
ALTAIR going into Laser Heli here. See how he handles it. Looks pretty good so far. Yep, I believe that's a cap. Yeah, perfect. Okay, so he has 1 miss entry into Yugi rather.
Yeah.
See how that goes. This boss is fairly route heavy, I think.
Yeah, Yugi is not too big of an issue except the big bubble spell, which can be a bit tricky.
Yeah, that one can be a little bit mean.
Or shackles if you want to do it.
Yeah, this is where Rainbow C's backshot is actually a slight disadvantage, because it does hit the shackle behind, which can spawn the bubbles, and they move up. So if you're not careful, you can actually put yourself in a pretty scary situation.
But it's fine. Okay, we got the Grace.
Funny scoring strat. We have 2 funny scoring strats, actually.
Oh, yeah. True. Draconic is doing mid-spell above. I don't think I've ever seen that with solo Yukari.
I mean, you can do it with all shots.
Oh, definitely.
You have to learn the timing. It's a valid strat if you don't want to deal with it. It can, especially if you come back from it can get a bit annoying.
That should be an extra life, I think, for Draconic. So at least there will be a bit of leniency going into Kaine now, if Emeraldy decides to act out.
Okay, that got a bit scary, but it's fine. Okay, double spell. That is some very quality micro-wrestling, like no hesitation, just going in there.
Oh yeah, he knows what he's doing for this.
And to control Raimusi's shot during those unfocused dashes and always have it realign, really impressive stuff. That's not easy to do.
Definitely.
We're seeing a lineup from...
Yeah, we are lining up.
It's
to despawn some of the bullets. Because when you are over a bullet, for most familiars in the game, not all of them, they won't spawn anything on top of you, and so you can be on them to cancel some bullets to make it easier.
This 137 now. Hopefully this goes okay. Make up for the missing on too. That looks good so far. Yeah, that should be a cap.
It can be pretty bad, especially with solo yokai when you can't break any familiars. This is just a great strat.
That was also a really rough knockout in 3 steps.
This is why you don't do the scoring strats.
In a way, if Draconic is going to game over, I kind of hope it's sooner rather than later, just to avoid the final B rule.
Yeah.
For those who don't know, final B in IN literally does not allow you to continue. If you've continued, you can't even go into it, you get forced to final A. And the rule to account for that is for every remaining extend and every remaining spell card, you are awarded a miss. So you really don't want to game over in final B. Well, there's a game over in stage 3, so...
Yeah.
The voices in our head, they're telling us that it's the final spell and not every spell, which, you know, it reduces the penalty from a potential 11 to virtually guaranteed 5. And what was that ALTAIR miss?
Oh, was that? Oh, I missed that. Was that to
I didn't.
Razor's in the middle.
Oh, unfortunate. What, red lasers, I'm guessing?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, that's rough. Yeah, that section can be a little bit tricky sometimes. Like, there's a way to kill it, but it's kind of tight. If you mess it up, then yeah, you can definitely, it's unfortunate. Hopefully don't see another miss to this. This pattern can be a little bit tricky as well. I think he's got it under control, though.
Yeah, Rainbow Sea super speed comes in handy.
Oh, no.
Oh,
at the very last second.
Wow. So third
Oh,
So
man.
is that 3 from Altair now?
It
Yeah.
is, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
5 versus 3.
This is a bit of a train wreck from both, which, to be honest, is to be expected when you get into a setting that does not accept reset on a game that is as RNG as
Yeah,
Touhou
these
games
one
are.
credit formats are definitely kind of strict in that sense. Like, stuff
Yeah,
like this can
yeah.
happen, and there's not always that much that you can do about it.
Very, very scary. Oh my god, what is
Oh,
Dragon
that's,
doing?
yeah, that's another miss.
Yeah. Oh no.
You hate to see it.
Yeah, that one section with stage 4 can be a little bit hard to solo yokai. Solo Yomo as well. Like, any shot with that coming.
It really depends on the shot type rather than the aiming. Like solo Yamu and like solo Yuko do not have any issue because of the spread or the aiming they can have. It's mostly like being front focused, which can be an issue.
Yeah, definitely. But certainly it's hard with those, the fairies where it's kind of, they come from both sides. They sort of, throw around lots of clusters. Going into side 3 now for Altair. These nons should be mostly just routable.
Rainbow Sea Satori is pretty comfortable for the most part.
Yeah, that's true. We've got one attack that can be safe spotted, I believe,
Yeah.
another one that's, like, they should be fairly consistent. Nothing like what you see with Rainbow A.
Yeah, Storm Day is the safe spottable one.
That's right, yep. We've
Wish
got
Moth at the top
Tengu's
part.
Whirlpool, I think? Something to that effect.
Yeah, and then Tengu
And
Tengu
we are
Macro Burst.
reaching Marisa on the iron screen. Non one is mostly a route. It's like
Mostly.
yeah, it's
Depending
based
on where the boss
movement,
moves, whether she goes up or down, it can be a little bit harder.
but
That looks like good
generally
movement, though.
not
This should be
too bad.
okay.
And then we are reaching Asteroid Belt, which is arguably the hardest bell that Marisa can throw.
Here we
That's right, yeah,
have
this
Storm
one
Day
seems a
safe
bit of a
spot.
killer.
Yeah.
This would be Satori's hardest spell in this fight, except you don't engage with it.
This spell can be a
okay,
bit
looking
tricky.
okay for Asteroid Belt so far.
Yeah,
Should be-
very,
that's a
very
con.
nice Asteroid Belt.
Very nice.
Asteroid
That means
Belt
full
gets
power into
very
Nantu as
comfortable
well.
over time.
Nantu is a route, but it can definitely be missed very easily, and it's never a great time.
Yeah, it's a tight route. It can be a bit uncomfortable sometimes. But yeah, that's a very clean cap.
Never try them should be right, as long as nothing spawns on you. But they are one of the few familiars that can spawn things.
Oh no!
No!
Oh, another miss from Altair.
Whirlpool, wow. It
That's
was a bit
surprising.
of a rough set of
Oh,
overlaps,
boy.
but
Both
damage
players,
to
wow.
Event
Yeah,
Horizon.
that's the thing. Do not sleep on Satori.
Any of this stuff.
Yeah, on any Satori spell, to be honest. But yeah.
So this is now 7 miss versus
oh,
4,
no.
5 miss.
Oh boy, this takes like forever.
Yeah, 7
We're gonna
versus
see a game over
5,
from Altair.
right?
No, this is not a game over, but they have 1 life right now, and they're
One life,
entering
yeah.
stage 5, which is
Few more
Potentially a
misses.
little scary because SA continues, put you back at the beginning of the stage.
yeah. The
So, like, let's just say for the sake of argument that, what is it? Needles of Yore, like Needle Mountain, goes horribly wrong. Altair has to redo the entirety of stage 5.
we are
Which
doing
Needle
Rainbow
not
Sea is
Mountain
not
again,
the
yep.
worst, but you still don't want to have to do that.
nice 1 on 3, extremely random non. Everything is random. It's just kind of bad, but it can be good.
Good read
It just
there.
depends.
Good
Yep,
read.
very good.
Good macro around the cluster.
Ethical.
This is safe spottable. Is he going to use the safe spot? He is not. Interesting.
No, instead we're doing the funny other strat.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, it is a very fast strat. Yeah, the laser cannot despawn at some point, so you can just do it at the bottom. Oh, and they go for the safe spot now.
Draconic is doing so many funny strats in this run. Some of them are working, some of them a bit less so.
Okay, and we got the safe spot for the mid spell on ALTAIR's screen.
Yeah,
So
this is precise
now,
enough that only Reimu can do it, but Reimu C's super speed lines you up perfectly.
It is pixel perfect. But yeah, you can just time down the first mid node, well, shoot it at the end, and then actually time down the second mid node without any risk, and it will skip both Catwalk, which is arguably the hardest spell of the game, and will also skip most of Popcorn. I think you get a tiny bit.
And even Reimu C Popcorn is... Yeah, because again, Reimu C can hit everywhere at the same time.
But it's still Popcorn.
Marissa found here, there could be some visibility issues. I've definitely seen deaths to this before.
Yeah, Shoot the Moon is a spell that is like fine until it decides to ruin your day.
It's looking okay, yeah. Just onto Marifano now, and that should just be a route, hopefully.
Yeah.
Shouldn't see death there.
Final Spark is a route.
Looking a little bit scary for ALTAIR there. Is this a route?
No, I think it's good, yeah.
Yeah, it dies before anything happens.
Okay. In Final Spark, once the dodge through the stars, those weather stars work, like everyone will work, so you don't really have to move. You can.
Sonic escapes stage 4 without further damage.
Yes.
ALTAIR going into Ornn. I'm curious about how many of the safe spot strats that we'll see for this. Because you can safe spot, I believe, 2 of the 3 nons.
You can do all 3, I think.
Is there a safe spot for non 3?
Yes, but it moves when Ornn does. But if you do it, it lines you up for massive damage at the start of Needle Mountain or Ghost Wheels.
Oh, interesting.
I've seen that in some Marisa B runs before.
Okay, we are gonna enter. I mean, this spam is not too hard with Yukari. You can kill a lot of fairies.
Yeah, these will be some pretty fancy routes as well. I mean, this is a player who was able to get multiple elements in the qualifiers. So this will be what we're seeing right now is probably the peak of what Reimu C can do on this boss. That's a cap on first 2 attacks.
No!
Early dash up from Draconic.
I mean,
is that Prite? I think it is.
Yeah,
right?
it is Prite, yeah.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
It should get. It should be Mac rank, so it's fine on that regard.
See how Tay goes.
Oh,
it's a little bit close. Should hopefully be good from here. Go to the wall.
Yeah, it should be good. Oh, I mean, yeah, okay.
That's clean, yeah. That was a well done Tay.
Again, yeah, you just wanna...
It is rank dependent, but it doesn't really matter.
It does matter for the safe spot in the corner.
Yeah, that's true, yeah.
Yeah, but the dodging is not particularly demanding for this one.
Yeah. Well,
I remember when I was first going for 1cc, that like the first non was auto bomb and the second one was auto cap.
Yeah, there is like about 10 different safe spots on the non 2.
I didn't even know about any safe spots, I just dodged it.
I know like 5, sure, then
Ghost Wheels now
never are useful.
Yeah, Ghost Wheels is a very scary pattern.
Definitely.
Very good misdirects there.
Yeah, this is, I think, one of the hardest attacks in the game, like top 3.
Oh, definitely, yeah. You can see from the cap rate, though, like, ALTAIR has a lot of experience with this. Yeah, very good cap.
And this should die extremely. Yeah, it dies extremely.
It's a fancy speed kill with most shots, honestly.
Yeah. You can go like over the hand of Odin, and the bullet that she fires just will not. Which is
definitely,
And then during a race,
still very good pace into stage 6. At least a very good lead over Draconic. So is it 8 misses now, I think? Yeah, 8 misses. 8
versus 5.
Yeah, and we have only 2 lives. We should be able to get maybe 2 more for Draconic, but final V is a bit of a scary choice, so we'll see. Well,
I mean, Draconic
well,
continued. Draconic is forced into Final A.
Oh yeah, that's true. Oh, I forgot
Which,
that part.
it's worth
Yeah.
noting, Draconic practiced Final B, not A. So Aaron
Yeah.
might be a little ugly.
Irene
that could be kind of scary.
unpracticed Irene is okay. This is the reason
Especially-
not to. She did not went down. There is nothing to be seen. It's only scary when Ryzen moves down.
I'm curious to see how Apollo 13 will go for assuming that this is like a fully unrouted Aaron. This could be very scary.
I am more scared of Omoikane, I'll be honest.
Yeah, Omoikane is the
Omoikane
Aaron's third spell, the one where you spin around. It's one where if you practice it, it becomes very comfortable, and if you haven't, it's kind of a death.
Do keep in mind though, this is a solo yokai shot type, so entombing could also be a huge threat. Unless he knows the misdirect spell, which if he hasn't practiced Aaron, he almost definitely doesn't, right?
Yeah, Aaron
Yukari has a
scary
decent
ending.
entombing. Like, it dies reasonably quickly.
Also, I think the thought will be an issue. Did you come back anything?
Oh, Blazing Wheel capped, not timeout. Rainbow C mimetically always times out Blazing Wheel.
Going into Mind Stop. Oh, wait.
No, they are great. Oh, yeah.
I can't see the shot type barrel. I keep thinking he's not shooting when he is. Okay, this should just be a route. Hopefully it goes okay. This is another benefit with solo Yukari is Ran will always stay locked on. So for a spell card like this where you're dashing around a lot, you can sometimes lose out on damage if you're playing border team. But with solo Yukari, you kind of just maintain your damage.
Meanwhile, Altair is about to enter UNR.
Yeah, this is final. Final is not too bad. If they don't go for grazes, please don't.
We are going for rabbit hugging, which is the only correct strategy for this spell.
UNR! Oh boy, that was a pretty funky micro.
For those of you who don't know, stun speeds are actually variable in this spell. So it can have quite a bit of variance on how fast you're supposed to move away from where you are. That can make it very scary sometimes if you get like a really bad wave of bullets. This is looking pretty clean though, although it's still got a little ways to go.
First wave was scary, but it's been pretty...
I'm going to keep an eye on Raising Lat spell.
Remote rabbit.
It's like both a route and insanely random. Oh boy.
Oh, that was close.
Nice cap.
Very nice cap. That was
nice
not
cap for both.
Remote rabbit.
Going into Peta now with Altair. Or just, oh no, I guess it'll be a little ways away right after this nun. That is is it the second hardest after Catswalk? One of the hardest in any case. It's a very challenging spell card.
I think I'd say UNR is a little harder than Petaflare, but they're very close.
I do agree, yeah. I prefer Peta, but they're both very difficult. They're both definitely a threat at any level.
Fortunately, though, Utsuho does let up quite a bit after Petaflare.
That's true, yeah. This is a boss.
It's not that she's not dangerous, but her biggest dangers are up front.
Good Peta so far.
Yeah.
Not seeing a whole lot of really tight squeezes. There was one in the beginning, I think. It's looking good. That's a cap.
Very good.
This
is Oku LNN so far.
Yeah, we are entering
Irene mid.
Which the Irene mid spell is different in 6A and 6B.
It's actually just the health. The pattern is the same.
No, the spell is different.
Mid spell is different. Yep.
The spell is very different, and
this one is harder. I think.
Way harder as yokai.
Yeah,
I mean, it's just way harder in general.
Yeah.
But Kageyo's is basically just streaming. This one gets rough. We've already seen it
They're both mid-air.
Oh no!
Double death to Earth in a pot. I did ask Draconic before the match, and Final B, a big reason why he wanted to go there was to avoid that spell.
I have to say, they are not full power. If you die twice in a row on the final boss, you will not get full power for the next non-end spell. So like, they will not be full power for this non-end the spell that's coming, which is not good. Especially considering it's really not that easy of a spell coming.
If we see a death to seatbelt one as well. That could mean low power going into Rising Game, which is perhaps one of Aaron's biggest.
If it's only one death, they
If you
should
do the
be
full pickup,
power.
yeah,
No, it's fine.
120.
Yeah,
The double death, on the other hand, but because of the continue, we're fine.
It's full power. Well, we're
sure.
fine. We did die twice, but yeah, this spell is pretty horrible if you don't know it.
Yeah, it's a very strenuous spell card, I find. The bullets, they move so much faster on hard, so it's hard to keep up with them.
Yeah.
But speaking of threats, Rising Game is a very, very big threat that's coming up.
Yeah, basically every Aaron spell card is a threat. Honestly.
On B level, definitely, yeah. Anything can be scary.
I think it doesn't die too slowly with Yukari at least, but it is. I mean, yeah, look at this. Yeah.
That's a very tight squeeze. That is harsh. That was not a nice Rising Game. It isn't over either. I think the strat here is to keep dragging. Oh yeah, okay, there we go.
Yeah, get full
Yukari's damage is quite competent.
Okay, they tried to go for power control, didn't quite make it. But we have a nice guy. This can very much wall.
Also, ALTAIR's on Subsun final spell.
That was a wall. That was really, really bad. Oh my god.
Yeah, this is all cool, and then Satori was a bit of a train wreck, but since then Altair has been playing
I think this was a
well.
LNN stage 5 and 6, so perfect end game.
GG,
after a pretty rough opening.
That is the match done. That is the match win. Still.
That's a guaranteed win. Moikane now.
Moikane. Yeah, that's the thing.
You can see Draconic has not practiced a Moikane.
Yeah, that is not
decision.
where you should have went. That is fair. It's a spell that if you don't really know, it's just so hard. And that is the issue with playing Iron on this format. Is if you game over or you get sent into the wrong final, you're kind of screwed, and you have to do everything. And we have Apollo that's coming up, and
Apollo is almost a guaranteed death.
Almost too guaranteed death.
And then Our Elixir as well is almost definitely going to be a death.
I can tell this is a set read as well. Oh wait, that was clean. Hold on. Does he know a route for this?
It is superficially similar to the Nons, like the early Nons.
Wow, that's very clean.
Yeah, that's a cap.
If that was a sight read, that was a beautiful sight read.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there is a 27-page document on Apollo 13 on how to dodge it.
Oh yeah, I read it.
Yeah, I've read it.
I don't understand it.
I don't understand it, but I did read it.
This is okay. Yeah, bottom hugging and tuning. This could get pretty bad.
This is what you have to do, really. If you don't know the funky misdirect strategy.
Yeah, it's better to try and dodge than to just try a redirect you do not understand.
It is not easy random dodging, but it's very, very doable random dodging.
Yukari does kill quite quickly, which is good. But
that was
and to being on Apollo Yokai is
that looked like an EOSD style dodge where it's I see gap, must take now. But some patterns you have to wait a little.
There you go. Very good. And we get to our Elixir, which is a very long spell card. It is 150
almost 2.5 minutes.
Yeah, long because it's 100 seconds, but the
last
20 seconds are 2 seconds each, so it's 4 seconds.
The game literally goes to half speed because Kaguya is manipulating time.
Yeah. And this is a pretty annoying spell card to practice because it is very easy until the end.
And you have to go through this little, and I believe if you start with time lock at the end, then you'll get different bullet cancels. So it's hard to practice exactly the conditions that you'll see in a real run unless you play through the whole thing and have fun playing through 60 seconds of this every time you want to practice the end.
Yeah, and hopefully you don't mess up the red or green phase on the way because then it's just entirely wasted time.
Yeah, and the green phase can be kind of awkward sometimes, especially if you haven't practiced it.
And
I remember when I was going for first cap, the green phase claimed so many attempts.
Oh yeah.
I'll be honest, I don't know if I ever capped this because I couldn't be bothered. I know I definitely dodged the last part, but I don't know if I did the part before.
It definitely gets consistent.
Yeah.
When I was going for LNN, this got pretty, toward the end, it was pretty doable. I like the corner strat as well. That's a good way to make it. That was tight.
Yeah. The green way, you can corner and for this you can either go to the corner at the bottom. Both are valid. Both have their strengths and weaknesses. We are seeing
in the corner, the bullets spread out a little more, but you'll have to move diagonally. In the center, you can stick with orthogonal movements, but
and I've heard the hitboxes in this spell card make corner dodging a bit weird. I haven't really tested it myself though.
Okay, good. And this is getting more and more dense, and the last 5 or 10 seconds are pretty bad.
Yeah, this is where it gets real serious here.
Oh, nice micro.
That was a good squeeze.
Very, very nice micro. Okay, good.
Good macro. That was good. Is this a tap?
Oh, no!
Just about.
Very close.
0 seconds.
Was that 0 seconds on the timer?
0 0, yeah.
It's so unfortunate.
Very, very unfortunate.
But it was a good attempt. We did see some very clean.
Hi, Kaguya.
No, it was not Kaguya. You got Erin. Okay, very, very nice ending blocker. But yeah, that was the match. That was a bit of a train wreck in the beginning of both rounds, but like ALTAIR did manage to catch back in stage 5 and stage 6 with like amazing stage 5 and stage 6 to total for 5 myths. SA Remusi. And
sorry, it's interesting, like kind of how we were talking earlier about just how the early game deaths can be so mean in a competition like this where there's no resets. And then we did see early game deaths from serious deaths on both sides. Yep, like Misty and Non-2 claimed 3 lives, Yamame spell or Non-1 rather.
Yes, and we got to Draconic, which got an unfortunate turn with
welcome Draconic.
Hello,
Finally, my beloved.
Yeah,
Misty and Non-2.
Unfortunate Misty and Non-2, man.
I know I can double KO to Mistia Non-2. I didn't know I could triple KO to it.
You always get surprised with that Non, don't worry about it. You will quadruple KO one time.
It could have happened there,
It
even.
was close,
yeah. It was close, yeah.
Okay, I have to ask, was that a route for Apollo 13? That was very, very clean.
No, that was Gorilla.
Well, that was insanely clean. GG, man.
Very good reading. Yeah, GG.
What the fuck do you mean reading? That's gambling.
No, you're right.
Reading, gambling, it's the same thing.
But like, pretty unfortunate that you got locked into the wrong final because of
I forgot. I should have just bombed. Also, Kaylee went way too high on spell 3.
Yeah.
I didn't practice her going high up.
To be honest, you probably shouldn't be doing the graves.
No. Okay, to be fair, that graze is pretty consistent unless she goes up. Spell 2 was okay. That one was on me. Probably shouldn't have done that.
Unless she goes up is kind of a big part of that.
It's consistent except when you die.
I can do it if she goes up.
Yeah, like 20% of the time you die every time.
So true.
But yeah, that is the first match of the brackets, with ALTAIR taking the win and Draconic, sadly.
Any reactions to my Non-1?
You didn't even despawn most of the bullets. This is terrible.
You know, if you... I just want to say, if you look at this miscon from ALTAIR, right, this was probably the one and only chance you had of winning.
I know. I was being told what's happening.
Yeah, well, let's remember that score for ALTAIR's other matches and see if this would lose to his opponents in those.
Yeah. The voices inside my head told me he died.
Oh, I'm on stream now. I'm on stream now. Don't worry. I am on stream now.
We'll keep the voice on my did say they are on stream, so I think you can hear the voices too.
The voices.
Wait, no, I didn't have stream on. I just had Turbo.
Why?
Why are you in a VC, man?
Why
would you do that to you? Oh my god! I get
less nervous if I'm in a VC. What do you mean?
Yeah, I mean, I guess a bit less crazy next time.
That got 2.7 bill? That's my highest score? Wait, no. No, wait, never mind.
No,
That's,
no,
that's,
you
270,
continue.
right?
that's 200. That's 271 million because
Yeah,
right,
yeah,
continues.
continue.
Fuck's sake.
And 3.
Fuck's sake.
Oh, man.
New score
I-
world
I-
record.
Yeah, honestly, yeah, we didn't mention that, but yeah, you could have absolutely went to bomb when you realized you were
Yeah,
on
no,
live
I forgot
to
about
get final
that.
B, but
I was
doing
like,
a final
I
B.
guess I'm just gonna go.
I
and then,
actually-
yeah.
Yeah, I
Let
feel
me
like
just continue.
if you def bombed on Mr. Non 2 instead and took the 2 miss penalty immediately, I feel like this would have turned out slightly better. But
It would have been 1 miss less than
I
the
wasn't,
3.
I wasn't thinking that much about that, okay?
I mean, I also respect just sticking to the no bomb the whole way
Yeah,
through,
that's
even
fair.
even
All
as
my
things are imploding around
All
you.
my qualifiers had bombs, so
Yeah, that's probably why you got into Final B, unfortunately.
I mean, I've never practiced Final A.
Practice
Mid-spell was
Final A.
mid-spell. I don't know how to do mid-spell. What the fuck is that spell?
It's so bad, it is so bad. Please
It's
bomb
rise
us.
spin.
Like, do you just spin that and pray
Yeah.
it doesn't do funky RNG?
No.
I have about
To
a
be honest-
yokai shot type. It's bad enough with like some of the teams.
It is as most iron spells. There is some galaxy branch strats, but you can also pray.
Okay, I only know Final B.
Yeah, fair
How
enough.
many misses did I get on
Also-
the final? I got
I don't know, man.
a lot. I got 2 misses immediately to spell 1 because I died to the first bullet on that.
Yeah, I mean, and you were not so power,
Moikane, non 3.
Bubble non, yeah.
Oh my god, it's impossible. I was
Oh my
trying
god,
to
it's
full
a
power.
rod, but you don't have it.
Yeah, I was
there's
trying to
very
full power
Basically
cast
missed
the
cast
small
everything
Moikane.
except Apollo 13.
Yeah, that's actually true, yeah.
the fucking last spell. I died at 0 seconds left, and
Yeah,
I could
I
have
mean-
just. I was
To
one.
be
I was
honest,
one.
that
I was
is-
one tap away from a cap.
That is what this last spell does, to be honest. And Rising World is not better.
Yep.
Yeah, that's true. They are very, like, for whatever
Also-
reason, 0-second deaths are common.
Yeah.
Yeah, also, that wave on Entombing was kind of hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a rough wall.
Yeah. Okay.
Well-
Next match. Next
Yeah,
match is gonna
There
be.
is no next match. That is tomorrow.
Well, this
Yeah,
no,
there
There's a next
the
match tomorrow.
Next
it
match
is
tomorrow.
it already is Saturday here in Europe.
I
Yeah,
mean,
it's-
sure.
In about.
Europe is asleep.
In about
No.
12 and
No,
a
we're
half hours. Okay, so the next match is in about 12 and a half
It-
hours.
And I want to call this out. This or today, whatever you want to call it, this Saturday is, as far as the groups go, the biggest back-to-back because we have had a 4-match back-to-back on the opening day. This, starting tomorrow, is a 5-match back-to-back. Maki versus Tapras, Altair versus Maki, Draconic versus Maki, Tap versus Altair, and Tap versus Draconic. Matches you probably want to look out for. Altair versus Maki at 2:10 p.m. That will likely decide who goes first and second in the group. And
Didn't
possibly,
Altair
This
desync one?
yeah, Altair is asyncing credits. So
Yeah.
Altair is
Decent.
oh yeah, I actually just got a request, like a question from Altair. So the reason why, so these are async matches, Altair can't make the matches tomorrow. So Altair is actually going to play 2 credits right now, actually. Altair will be
I will
able to...
show them tomorrow during the match.
So the way this works, I will just reiterate this again because I don't want people being like, "Oh no, what is happening with the cheating?" No. Okay. So the way it works, Altair is literally streaming right now. That VOD is being saved. I can literally see it right now on my screen. So Altair literally just started it. By the way, I can see it. So I
Do
will
not
no
barely
longer.
say die.
I will no longer look at this because I want to. I don't know if I comment. Yeah, I am actually commentating the Altair versus Maki match today. So, but
wanna be
so
surprised.
I'm using Discord to hide that from me now. I'm covering it with Discord. But yeah, and most importantly, Altair does not know which of the 2 credits gets played in which order. We're rolling a coin tomorrow, and we're playing. Like, if it gets the other way around, what whoever wants to guesses, then we're inverting the matches. So Altair doesn't know if the credit we're playing right now is gonna be against Maki or is gonna be against Tapras. And this is the next thing I was gonna talk about.
You just get 2 LNNs, and then
Yeah.
it doesn't matter.
There is another match you want to watch out for tomorrow, and that is Tapras versus Altair, because that is seed 3 in the group, which is, let me look this up, Tapras isn't that far off. Tapras was seed 10. right? And given the train wreck we've just, in quotation marks, train wreck we've just seen from ALTAIR.
It's the early game train wreck.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, Tabris is playing Moth, to be honest. We do have a funny spell in Moth, stage 1.
So here's what I want to call out, right? That is a match you definitely want to catch, because if Tabris manages to beat ALTAIR, there is a really funny situation where Tabris could actually advance and possibly send Maki out of the tournament. There's really funny that could happen tomorrow in groups, so definitely...
I just beat both of them. Easy.
Oh, what about
Clueless.
You can still advance.
If you do, first of all, GG. Second of all, I think you will have a weird die.
Here's how Draconic can still win.
I'll just keep in mind that I can bomb, and then I'll like Giga Brain play it or something.
No, you are not allowed to bomb. You need to win.
Hold on. Here's how. Yeah, where's the image?
Hey,
Draconic can still win if we turn this into TSO scoring.
There's no good meme for this. There's no good meme for this.
Tabris could always just train wreck and get like a 10 miss.
Yeah.
I mean, Moth continues are just as bad as SA continues.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. But yeah, in order for Draconic's gonna have to win against Maki, so that's a rough one. And also
they're very consistent in IHNN. They're gonna get like a 4 miss at least.
You know, it's the same game, just do the same thing.
Yeah, I just have to get a better miss count. Better miss count.
Just watch his stream and do what he does. You'll win.
Yeah, like the same inputs except not.
Like going into stage 1, I was like, where the fuck are my routes? I was like, what the fuck am I supposed to do again?
Yeah, I don't know what you did in stage 4. That was terrible.
Stage 4 was like, what the fuck is the route? Normally I go from left to right there, and then I go around and just I'm right where the ferry spawns, but that didn't happen this time. I just got walled off.
Yeah, happened.
I mean,
Solo Yukari there. That one section's giving me trouble as well. Like,
no,
it gets very.
Stage 4? No, stage 4 is totally fine.
It really depends.
Maybe my
don't pay Rainbow.
I haven't had problems with stage 4. It's mostly stage 3. Also, shoutouts to Mariox for letting me cap mid-spell. Because I did not know that you could look at Kaney's movement like an hour before this match to do that.
You can look at the timer. I think it's the best solution.
I guess. But I ain't memorizing a timer. Memorizing that the movement is alternating is
You're playing
slightly easier.
and it's 80% memorization.
No, I can't memorize things for shit. What do you mean?
All right.
Anyway, so tomorrow at 1:20
p.m. 2020, whatever is.
Yes, 13 p.m. is not a thing, but at 1:20 p.m. Tomorrow will be Maki versus Tabris, which is seed 2 versus seed 3. Anything can happen on this match.
That's a fun match.
It's gonna be
a
very fun match. IHNN versus Moth.
Can you beat IHNN with
Basically,
dementia?
Go to sleep, wake up, eat food, TSO. You know what you must do.
You can even eat during TSO, you know? Like, it's fine.
Yeah. Tabris can just eat during the match.
Have some sweet
can still win.
You know, you're in...
Tabris, you should like start eating during the match and play with like one hand.
Yeah, you can do Hydro Camo and focus, man. I know you can.
We do know Moth is possible to clear bottom hugging.
Yes, I did.
Alright, well...
I mean, Momiji wanted time run anyways, so you only need one hand.
Well...
But yeah, thanks a lot for watching, and
I have to find a new raid member, because whoever I wanted to raid just went offline. God damn it. Never mind. Twitch is just bugging again. Thank you, Twitch. Small new company. Small new company.
We hope to be seeing you tomorrow for the rest of the group, and the day after for the final group, which is a group of a letter I forgot.
Real
to watch me destroy the opposition.
And Turbo.
Yeah, I didn't know the
speed randomizer group.
Yep.
Yeah, that's true, actually. And you need to do me. But and yeah, we hope to see you for those matches. It's gonna be pretty cool, pretty hype. Anything can happen. It's a one credit format.
Yep.
And yeah, and I think that's it. Thanks for watching.
Catch you all tomorrow. Bye bye.
Bye.